For a long time, I believed I was lazy. Every morning, I woke up feeling tired, even though I had slept well. My first move? I picked up my phone. I told myself, just 5 minutes. But those 5 minutes turned into an hour. I scrolled through social media, watched random videos, and avoided everything I had to do. By the time I looked up, the day was already slipping away. My breakfast was cold. My to-do list was untouched. And I felt terrible. Not just tired, but guilty, frustrated, and stuck. This didn't happen once or twice. It was my routine, day after day. I kept thinking I needed motivation. Maybe tomorrow I'll feel ready. But tomorrow never came. I kept falling into the same trap. I wasn't lazy on purpose, but I couldn't break the cycle. Then one day something clicked. I learned that I wasn't the problem. It was my brain. You see, the brain always looks for comfort. It wants to avoid hard things and choose easy ones. That's why scrolling on your phone feels easier than doing homework, or why watching TV sounds better than cleaning your room. So instead of fighting my brain, I decided to trick it. The first trick I used was this: make things super easy to start. For example, I wanted to start exercising, but every time I told myself to go for a run, I avoided it. So I changed the goal. I told myself, just put on your shoes. That's all. Nothing more. And guess what? Once the shoes were on, it was easier to step outside. Then I took a short walk. Sometimes that walk turned into a workout. Not always, but often. And that was the point. The hardest part is starting. So when you shrink the task into something tiny, your brain doesn't resist it. It says, sure, I can do that. That's when change begins. The second trick I used was something called temptation bundling. That's just a fancy way of saying, mix the boring stuff with things you enjoy. I hated folding laundry, but I loved listening to music. So I only allowed myself to play music while folding clothes. I also watched videos while cleaning my desk. I drank a favorite drink while doing boring tasks. This simple trick helped a lot. My brain stopped seeing chores as painful. It started connecting them with fun. Suddenly, folding laundry didn't feel so bad. And studying with a snack felt kind of nice. The third thing I did was fix my environment. My room used to be a mess, clothes on the floor, snacks on the desk, and my phone always right next to me. That mess made it hard to think clearly. So I started small. I cleaned just one corner of my room. Not the whole thing, just one part. That clean space made a difference. I felt better, more calm, more focused. I also started putting my phone in another room when I needed to work. No buzzing, no distractions. It felt quiet. And that silence helped me get things done. The last thing I learned was to celebrate small wins. I used to think I had to do something big to feel proud, like finishing a full project or cleaning the whole house. But that thinking made me quit too soon. So I changed my mindset. Now I celebrate every little step. If I read one page, great. If I cleaned one shelf, awesome. If I just showed up and tried, that was enough. I even gave myself a high five after brushing my teeth early. It may sound silly, but it worked. It rewarded my brain. And those rewards built momentum. They made me want to keep going. So here's what I did to stop being lazy. I made my tasks super small, so small I couldn't say no. I mixed boring jobs with fun things I enjoyed. I cleaned up my space one corner at a time. I celebrated every tiny win, no matter how small. These 4 things changed my life. No fancy tools, no big plans, just small tricks that helped me move again. I still have lazy days. We all do. But now I don't stay stuck. I know how to reset. I know how to start again. If you're feeling lazy or stuck, try just one of these tricks. You don't need to do everything. Just pick one and start small. Because once you move even a little, your brain follows. And that's how I tricked my brain to stop being lazy. If this story helped you, don't forget to like this video. Comment below what's one trick you're going to try. Subscribe for more simple tips like this.